what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we're talking about fashion elite, of course, and now you see a kind of democratization of fashion because of everybody can start a blog and they have influence in the professional fashion world. How do you think bloggers and this kind of photography and text influence the system?
Oh, I think it upsets the system quite a bit. Just earlier in the week, somebody sent a link around of Olivier Zahn from Purple Magazine saying he hates bloggers and wants to kill them all.
Yeah.
You know.
He has a blog.
He has a blog,
yes.
of course. You know. I think. It's weird. You know, it's funny. I think right now it's completely rocking the cradle of fashion. You know, I think magazines are confused. They're so confused that they will take a blogger and put her on the cover of Pop and Love magazine.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't know if are you being sarcastic or like are you being for real? Or are you trying to marry something here? Or like in Germany there's a paper called Welt Kompakt. It's a big German newspaper, and they had one issue entirely written by bloggers. But when it came out, the introduction to the issue was basically full of shit. They basically took the crap out of all the bloggers. It's like, haha, that was cute. Yeah, nice try. And everybody was extremely upset, and it was actually very negative publicity on the blogs for the paper to say, okay, please write our paper and then make fun of them.
But if you're a magazine or a paper, how should you approach these bloggers? If it was you working at a paper.
Well, you know, I feel like either your friends or your enemies. You're not something in between. You know, like make up your mind. I mean, like I think bloggers are fine existing next to them. I actually think it's print that feels, if anything, it's print that feels threatened and is wondering should they become the friend or the enemy. You know?
And they start their own blogs. You have
Precisely,
They start their own blogs and like next.
And that's smart. You know, I feel like they should definitely be friends because I'm sure that bloggers want to be friends with magazines. You know, so
and they exist next to each other.
Totally, yeah. I mean, a lot of magazines, but like for example, when I started working for Vice, they had this thing. They wanted to start the fashion blog, which they did start. But initially, they just contacted a whole bunch of fashion bloggers for all of them to write posts for the articles on Vice, and then they would be linking back from their own blogs to the Vice blog, and Vice was hoping for more traffic through that and stuff. They stopped because they didn't like the content that the bloggers were producing, and they just used their own people to write their blog. That's a problem that happens always. So same with that Welt Kompakt paper in Germany. You know, it's like we want your traffic and we want your fame, but we don't want your content because it sucks. You know, it's a stupid message.
Yeah.
Do you think that what was the impact of Twitter on your blog? Because probably when you started out, it didn't exist, and now it is there. You have Twitter?
I don't know. I don't understand Twitter. I mean, strangely enough, I feel like I have more followers than I should have because I'm not tweeting very smart things at all. But yeah, to me, Twitter doesn't mean very much.
And Facebook?
Facebook more so because it's much easier to post links, and I find Facebook very valuable for other people because Twitter doesn't have little preview pictures and stuff, things that I like, you know, or like you can read the first couple of lines of an article, you can post photos, you know, like I consume Facebook a lot to follow other blogs, and people use it to follow mine. It's a really nice way to exchange, and people can comment. A lot of people seem to feel more comfortable commenting under the link on Facebook than they do commenting under the actual photo on my blog.
And then a question about the future of the bloggers themselves. You have a couple of bloggers who mentioned already, like Brian Boy. Do you think that Brian Boy will be out there in about 10 years in a Tavi?
Not as bloggers, probably. I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, for me personally, like I said, it's been 3.5 years, and I feel like I'm moving on, and like it's time to do the next thing. But then, obviously, looking at people like the tutorialist, you know, he's been shooting street fashion for many years, or even Face Hunter, and they don't seem to get tired of it. So it's a very personal question. You know, whatever works for everyone. But I know that tutorialist is working on a TV show, and obviously Face Hunter is busy with his book, and you know. they get so many offers from so many people, and I'm sure one day they will get some awesome offer, and they'll be like, okay, yes, I want to be editor in chief of Vogue, you know, and they'll take that job or something.
Okay, that's maybe a nice opportunity to watch the poll here. Are there any questions?
I have a question about the legal